Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel, Knowledge Box and Cooking. In this video I am going to share the lesson, Do Not Ask Me, My Love, that is written by Faz Ahmad Faz. Faz Ahmad Faz, 1911-1984, was born in Sialkot, Punjab. He was an intellectual, revolutionary poet and one of the most famous poets of Urdu language from Pakistan. His varied career as a teacher, army officer, journalist, political leader, trade unionist and as a brilliant poet won him a wide audience. He was a notable member of the Progressive Writers Movement, PWM, a powerful cultural movement to shape the struggle against British imperialism in India. Faz was a recipient of Lenin Peace Prize by the Soviet Union in 1962. He was, nevertheless, inspired by South Asia's Sufi traditions.
The poem can be read in two parts. The first part begins with a couplet or a two-line stanza and is followed by two longer stanzas. In this part, the poet addresses his beloved. He asks his beloved not to expect the kind of love that he had once shown her. In the next stanza, he narrates and describes the way he had viewed life. In that stage of his life looked very young and blooming because of his love for his beloved. Since his beloved was the source of his happiness in life, he could not withstand any kind of suffering afflicting his beloved. The poet says that the beauty of his beloved bestowed everlasting youth on the spring. He says that the eyes of his beloved were everything to him and everything else failed to please him then. Therefore, when he was in the company of his beloved, he had thought that the world was his. But, in the second half of the stanza, the poet confesses that such an idea was an illusion born out of his imagination. Now, he has come to realize that there are other agonies of the world besides the agony of love, and there are other kinds of solace in addition to the solace of love. In the second part, he elucidates the agonies and other kinds of solace in addition to the solace of love that demand his attention. The second part begins with the same couplet asking his beloved not to expect the same kind of love that he had for her once. In the next, longer stanza he lists those agonies that demand his attention. They are savagery, woven in silk and satin and gold lace, which are dark curses of countless ages, and human bodies sold in street and marketplace besmeared in blood. They also demand his attention. He says that even though her beauty compels his attention, there are other kinds of bliss besides the bliss of her beauty. He concludes the second part again with the same couplet asking his beloved not to demand the same kind of attention that once he had for his beloved. In this poem, the word beloved can be interpreted as his muse, his country, or his concept of beauty or social change. This poem is said to be Faiz's first experiment with blending the love for the beloved into love for humanity, of turning the pain of separation into pain for all those who suffered under the dark bestial spells of uncounted centuries. In the second stanza, he is obviously referring to slavery, slave trade and prostitution.